Do you know what vineyard is? And I said, No, Your Majesty. And he said, I will show it to you. Hi there. In this video, I'm going to show you and share with you human living orbit mode of wet creation. Human living orbit mode of wet creation. What is human living orbit mode of wet creation? Before I proceed further, while reading the principle of infinity, as I used to say, the Bible, and I heard a voice which I recognized. And it said, King Words, do you know what vineyard is? And I said, No, Your Majesty, I don't know. And he said, I will show you to you. Do you remember last time that I told you that I am attracted to their vineyard? And I show you what leads to the attraction, what attracts me to their vineyard. But in this video, I'm going to show you what vineyard really is and what it comprises. So, for us to get started, I'm going to use a particular scientist's terminology and discovery, which is called atom. Atom. Atom is a Greek word and it means indivisible. But the definition, as the scientists use it, atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take part in any chemical reaction. Sorry everyone, I'm not trying to teach science here, but I want to use it as an emphasis in how to explain human living orbit mode of wet creation to you. So therefore, atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take place in a chemical reaction. That is how it was defined, that the smallest particle of an element. And this was put forward by a scientist called John Dalton. John Dalton put it forward. A scientist called John Dalton through his theory, which is atomic theory. John Dalton atomic theory. But later, by Lord Rutherford, proved him wrong that atom can be further broken down into three subparticles, which is known as, first one, electron, second, proton, and the third, neutron. By the time we proceed further, you'll understand why I have used atom as an emphasis to explain human living orbit mode. Hi there. I would like to implore you, make sure you watch this video from beginning to end. Don't skip any part of it for any reason. Don't skip any part of it for any reason, so you can understand in full. Now, atom is further broken down into three subparticles, which is known as electron, proton, and neutron. After that, atom, during research, atom structure was discovered. Atomic structure atomic structure was discovered to be in this form, whereby electrons reside on the circumference. And here, what we have here with this plate, the center is called nucleus. Nucleus. It's called nucleus. And nucleus was the one that contained proton and neutron. Proton and neutron. So therefore, atom is subdivided into 3 subparticles. The same thing, the same phenomenon is applicable to human. The same phenomenon is applicable to human. Human, as you identify yourself as a human, when we are talking about existence of human is being broken down into 5 states or phases. 5 states or phases. First one, the first phase is the body. Body. The second phase is the soul. Soul. Third phase is the mind. Fourth phase is the spirit. The spirit. And we have the 5th stage, but I'm going to leave that for now in this video. I'm going to leave that for now in this video. Human being also have different phases. Different phases, being subdivided into different phases of its existence. It's being subdivided into different phases of its existence. And the first phase, as I said, is our body. The second phase is the soul. The third phase is the mind. The fourth phase, spirit. But I'm going to leave the 5th phase. I'm going to reserve it in this video till when it will be needed. When it will be needed. So therefore, as the atom has its own structure, so therefore, human existence also have structure of existence. Human being also have structure of existence. The first one, the outer one, is the body, followed by the soul, followed by the mind, followed by the spirit, followed by the spirit. So, the first phase, as I said, the body. The second is the soul. The third is the mind. The fourth is the spirit. The spirit. So this is human being existing structure. This is, as a human being, this is how we exist. As a human being, this is how we exist. And this structural diagram depicts human living orbit mode of wealth creation. Depict human living orbit mode of wealth creation. Now, let's start. When God will first create human being, the first thing he created is man, and that is the soul. So when you talk about man, only that we misinterpret it these days. When we talk about man, is the soul. And for me to be able to defend this, let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 1. Book of Genesis, chapter 1. Reading verse 27. Book of Genesis, chapter 1, reading verse 27. And it reads thus: So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. When God created man, he created man in his own image. So man was created. First thing, when man was created, it was created in his own image. And that was the soul. The further proof I'm going to read from the Bible, we confirm this. We confirm this. Because a lot of people may want to drag it with me or argue that no, you are saying the wrong thing. I'll prove it from you now. Now let's go to the book of the same Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. And the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and man became a living being. And man became a living being. When God created man, what he created is soul. The soul is not visible, but it exists. It is real, but it's not something that is visible. So, for man to be able to relate with the earth cross, because this soul cannot relate with the earth cross, the earth itself, because the earth is physical. It's something that is physical. So for this soul to be able to relate with earth, God molded man. He now molded man with dust from the ground. The dust from the ground. So God insert man into dust and form him and form a shape of him. So after he mold man with dust, form a shape of him, he breathed into his nostril. That breathing is what we can call powering the body itself. Then it became human being. It was man initially, that is the soul. Then he used dust to mold man. Then he breathed into his nostril and he came to life. So we can simply say, let's say, for example, that a technological company, let's say they produce a computer system. When they produce a computer system, before you can use that computer system, we know that that computer system have a software that has been installed inside the computer system. But before you can be able to use that computer system, you need to power it to the electric source. It has to be powered to the electric source. It has to be powered to the electric source. Don't mind my diagram. It has to be power to the electric source. So it is immediately when it is power, that is why it breathes through this nostril. And that is why I used to tell people that the gas that is responsible for life, I can categorically tell you it is oxygen. And when you see that when oxygen is out, there is no life again. When oxygen is life, this oxygen that we look at is the one that is powering human being. This is our body. The oxygen you are looking at, that gas that you are looking at, gas oxygen, O2, is the one that is powering human being in life. Once the oxygen is out, that the body is lifeless. That body will never function any longer. To never function anymore. So Bible says it breathes through its nostril, it power it up. Once it power it up, it comes to life, and we are now living. We become human being. That is a living being. We become a living being. So therefore, soul is being molded with dust. And when you see a computer system, we always have the hardware, which is the body, and we only have a software, which is probably the operating system. So that is how it is on that for now. Now, let's move to the mind. Our mind is where our mind is where God used to relate to human being. God used our mind to relate with us. And our mind determines anything we are going to achieve in life. God doesn't have anything to do with your physical structure when He wants to relate with you or when He wants to connect with you. It doesn't have anything to do with your physical structure. The only thing God needs to relate with is your mind. And your mind determines everything you are going to become in life. Let me use a Bible reference that confirm this, that when God wants to relate with you, God relates with your mind. Let me open to the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7. And it reads thus: But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or at his physical structure, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as a man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. It's only man that we only judge you with your physical appearance. But when God wants to relate with you, God will only relate with your mind. And this mind serves as the vineyard, where what I'm talking about. Serve as the vineyard of what I'm talking about. So, therefore, whatever you're going to become in life reside in your mind. So, your mind is the vineyard in which God relates with. If God is going to do anything with you, God focus on your mind. And whatever your mind processes will determine how God will relate with you. Now, I will still come back to the mind, but let me explain the spirit. This spirit is where serve as a point of connection to God, because God resides in the infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence. So your spirit connect to the infinite intelligence. Therefore, as I was saying, your spirit connect to the infinite intelligence through this point, which is the connector. Through this point, which is the connector. So therefore, if you are going to become anything in life, first of all, you must have created it spiritually. If you are going to become anything in life, you must have been created. If you are going to get anything in life, whatever you are going to get in life must have been created spiritually. And how does that happen? Whatever you have in your mind, if you are the type that is positive in nature, that is positive, your spirit will pick up whatever you have here, and it will feed it to the infinite intelligence. And the infinite intelligence will also return the same thing you are having here. So, if you are to create wealth, as I was saying, creating wealth is spiritual. So when I'm talking about spirit the other time, wealth is spiritual. This is what I really mean. I'm not talking about one ghost or when we're talking about spirit. This is what we mean, that wealth is spiritual. If you are a good person, your spirit will pick that good idea or knowledge that you have here, you feed it to the infinite intelligence, and they will receive good back to you. If it is business that you want to do, you must have acquired that business spiritually in your mind, because the mind determines everything you are going to become in life, or everything you are going to do. If you are going to do good, you first have it in your mind. It must have been created in your mind first before you start doing it. And if you are a bad person as well, that bad thing you are doing will first be created in your mind. As the Bible said that out of the abundance of the heart or the mind, the mouth speaketh. Not only the mouth speak, even your action will show it. Everything you do comes from your mind. Everything you become comes from your mind. So that is why God doesn't have anything to do with your physical outlook. But when God wants to relate with you, God relates with your mind. The same thing, whatever you want to do in life will first be created in your mind. If you are a business person and you want to set up a business, that first of all, you have to create it spiritually. And everything that is going to help you, once the spirit pick it, okay, this person have information on how to create a business, just feed it to the infinite intelligence, such the idea that will help you in creating that business will be feedback to you. The same thing, if you are somebody who is engaging in robbery, you will always get the same thing. The spirit will pick it. Okay, this person have what I'm filled with spirit of robbery. You get it. You get knowledge on how to do that. It will come back to you. You get that knowledge on how to become a very good arm robber or bank robber, whatever. And if you are the type that do envy, that do jealous, you will not be set aside. The same thing when they pick it, relate to the infinite intelligence, and you get the same thing back to you. You get the same thing back to you. So, therefore, whatever you have here, once you have created whatever you want to achieve in life, you feed to the infinite intelligence, and the infinite intelligence will look for a way whereby that thing will come to actualization in the physical realm. It will come to actualization in the physical realm. If you want to be rich, you must have created that riches in your mind, using your spiritual equivalent. Spiritual equivalent. So after your spiritual equivalent related, you get it back in the physical world. That is physical equivalent. So if God is going to relate with you, to relate with your mind. So whenever there is connection between the spirit and to the infinite intelligence, you tend to be inspired. You tend to be inspired. So that is inspiration. Inspiration simply means spirit in motion. Spirit in motion. And this do take place. It's either self-induced or auto-induced. Self-induced or auto-induced. So whenever there is connection between the infinite intelligence and the spirit, that is when you become inspired. You know, sometimes maybe you are trying to provide a solution to something. You are trying to provide a solution to something, and you've tried so many times, but you didn't get what you want. Maybe after some time, just say, I have an idea. Something come to me now. Your spirit is in motion, and your spirit will take idea from the infinite intelligence. When the idea will come in form of energy, hunches, to come in form of hunches or energy, and it will drop on the spirit in the spirit mode. From the spirit mode, it will be picked from there. It will be picked from there to the mind with what we call the idealization of mindset. Idealization of mindset. And the idealization of mindset, which we analyze that energy and what the energy is all about. Number one, we have the first one. All this idealization of mindset that are just like a tools that processes energy that is being picked from the spirit mode. First one is imagination. I'm not going to talk much on this, but I just want to list it. The second one, is meditation. Meditation. 3, visualization. 4, we have thinking. thinking. 5 is focus. This 5 ideological mode is responsible for processing and interpreting the type of energy that is picked from the spiritual mode. We are still going to talk about this one in a later video that I tag idealization of a mindset. Idealization of mindset. I'm still going to talk about it in a later video. So this 5 ideological mode is responsible for processing or interpretation of the energy that comes to the mind. And as I have said, that whatever idea or knowledge that you have in your mind will determines how God will relate to you. How God will relate to you. If you are a good person, your mind will always harbor very good things. As I said it before, that positive energy, to harbor positive energy. And anybody that is aware of his spiritual nature, when you move to somebody that have the awareness of a spiritual nature, they can quickly identify somebody who moves with positive energy. No, it can get to somewhere and that person just say, I kind of like that person, but I don't know why. Because that person, his own spirit has already communicated. If that person is a good person, his own spirit will communicate with that person immediately. I like that person. I like that boy. I like that girl. I like that man, but I just don't know why. I like the farmer. I like that engineer. I just don't know why. It's because of their spirit communicates. Because their spirit is in the same, they are operating on the same polarity. They are operating on the same polarity. The same thing, if you are a robber, somebody who rob people of their belongings, if 2 robber meet, they quickly identify themselves. One thing or the other, their spirit will communicate because they are operating on the same polarity, which is negative energy. Polarity. As I've said before, I say anything that is good, that falls under light in my previous video about the 2 driving forces that falls under light is positive, while the one that falls under darkness is negative. I've said it before. So if two armed robbers or 2 evil people meet, their spirit, because their spirit will be feeding one another, okay, we correlate. So they can quickly identify themselves. So I have said, if it is wealth that you want to create, you should know that what you have in your mind has to be a positive energy. It has to be a positive. Everything that you have to your mind must reside under the light. Creating wealth, money, making money, get yourself rich or getting riches is of positive energy or positive nature, and you have to work under light. You have to be a good person. You have to be honest. You want to do a business. I've said it before. You have to be honest, wise. You don't have to think of yourself alone, but you have to think about others, how to solve people problem. As you can see today in this world, the world riches today, go and look at what they are doing. They are solving one problem or the other. They are not creating problem. They are positive people. They are not creating problem. They are solving one problem or the other. Example is Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Page, the owner of Google, and some other people like that. Warren Buffett. These people, when you look at them, when you look at their life, They are solving one problem or the other. They are not creating problem. They are solving problem. But look at people that are very wretched in life today. They are the terrorists. If you look at their life, it's not something you can wish for. The terrorists that is terrorizing our environment, that is terrorizing the community, you can see they are very wretched. They are very, very wretched because what they have inside them is negative energy. So if you are the type that want to create wealth, you must be solving one problem or the other. You have to be a problem solver. You are solving problem, providing solution for people, providing solution for one thing or the other, making life good. Making life good for people, making life good for easy for people to live a good life. So, and God is only attracted to people that position themselves under light. God is always attracted to people that position themselves under the light, not under the darkness. And the same thing applicable here. If you want to create wealth, you have wealth. First of all, you have to create the wealth spiritually. That is why I said wealth is spiritual. Wealth is spiritual. So when you create wealth spiritually, then it will materialize physically. When you create wealth spiritually, it will materialize physically. So by now, you're supposed to know when you are thinking of creating wealth, you want to make money, and you want to become rich. You should know the kind of energy your mind have to harbor, your mind have to contain. Your mind have to harbor, your mind have to contain. Because the more you harbor positive energy, the more once the spirit pick the information you have in your mind, feed it to the infinite intelligence, then you'll be inspired with more positive energy, which will give you that impetus to continue to actualize positive things in life. We all know that everybody wants to become wealthy. Everybody wants to have money. Everybody wants to be rich. So therefore, your mind is responsible for that. And whatever you have in your mind will determines what you will become in life. So from this junction, I think here we come to the end of this video. In case if you find this video helpful, then let others also enjoy what you have enjoyed by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And my next video will be mastering the filtration and purification of energy. Because a lot of people, let me just chip in a little bit something. A lot of people will be saying that I can't stop, I'm addicted to it. I can't stop, I'm addicted to stealing. I'm addicted to taking drug. I'm addicted to doing bad things. It is possible for you, and I will show you how you can do that when we go to mind filtration. That's my next video. Watch out for it. Mind filtration and purification of energy. The type of energy that you have in your mind, the type of idea, the type of information you have in your mind, how you can filter it off, you can shrink it, then you can move looking at our previous video, from the darkness vineyard to the light vineyard, and your life will create a kind of turnaround for positive changes. So we have to stop here in this video. I remain my humble self, King Wealth. See you in the next video. Have a great time, and watch out for all the links that you'll be seeing in this video that will lead you to the next video. And if this is your first time of watching our video, I will implore you to go and watch Power of Positivity. You will see the link around somewhere in your screen on this video. Thank you. Have a great time.